questions, hurdles, obstacles, challenges, anything?
So the realtor that or broker, I guess I talked to you about yesterday that sent
Mhm.
the email,
Yeah.
he's coming to that appointment tomorrow for the lady that likes the dune spec but just wants to see the selections. So just any, I guess, ways to handle, because I have a feeling he's gonna, I don't know, I just get a bad vibe from that email.
I get a vibe of he wants to be in control from that email. And that is the case with many, many realtors. They do want to try and be the one doing all the talking and controlling the entire interaction. Um, so the customer is coming for what exactly? What is the meeting?
So she's meeting me at the design studio tomorrow at 10 a.m. She just wants to see like the cabinet choices and things that were picked out for the home. But
Okay.
she has no desire to actually do, she doesn't really want to start from scratch because she has no desire to do that. She just wants to make sure that there's nothing like that she
Did
absolutely
you
couldn't live with.
did you set the expectation that you can't change those things?
Yes. I
Okay.
told her pretty much everything had been ordered. I doubt she'll be able to change anything. And she's like, that's fine. She's like, I actually have no desire to actually do any of the design part. I just want to make sure it's all stuff I can live with. And I said, well, I kind of set the expectation that it's, it's a spec home. We build it for the masses, for people to really like. So it's going to be very, you know, neutral things. And she's like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I just want to double check.
Yeah,
And she wants to,
that's great.
yeah.
That you used the right language that we had talked about before. So way to remember that and throw that in there. It's all about like, we selected the most popular materials that everybody likes, and really where you bring in the pops of color and the flavor of the home is in the stuff you move in on the day of moving into the home. That's where that comes from. And so that's a good way to explain that. I would make the realtor aware of that before you get started.
Well, he was here, so I mean, he was in the meeting, and he actually, I mean, I did the virtual tour of the dune
Yep.
in in the office, and he sat there. He was pretty quiet and just let me talk to her. So I was kind of that's why I was kind of shocked by that email. But
He might be experienced enough to have figured it out then. And that's what I said about when I told you about that email. I was like, I kind of a little bit get the feeling like this might be a great realtor for you to know. Because
okay,
I think he's experienced enough, like he's controlling his customer by making them sign ahead of time a buyer's agency agreement guaranteeing his 3%. And then he reaches out to you to say, hey, how are you going to pay me my 3%? Like that is a realtor who is kind of, obviously experienced and knows how to get paid. So that can be a really good thing. And as long like what I would do with him is after, you might even call him ahead of time before this meeting and just say, hey, I know we're meeting tomorrow and I know we're going to have the meeting with the client or whatever. I just wanted to let you know I really appreciated you, bringing them to me in the first place, and also to just say, sometime here over the next couple of weeks, I'd love to get together with you, and I've got kind of like a whole package I'd like to go through and kind of show you how our whole process works. And I'd love to pay you more money and get you a bunch more commission. So let's figure out a way we can work together and do more deals together. Would you be, able to come in and me to just take like 20 minutes of your time and walk you through all of it? And then you can do that PowerPoint presentation with him. That would be a good thing. And try to just like make friends with him
okay,
because he seems like he might be a producer based on when I read that email, I was like, this guy is not new. He knows what he's doing. So,
okay,
yeah. Um, if he tries to take control of the conversation tomorrow, um, I would just each time if he starts going into like, well, can you change this? You should be able to change this. If he starts doing that kind of thing where he's like, well, I've worked with other builders and you should be able to change this. I would just say, well, I know we've never done a transaction together before, and I can tell you what the Haven Homes process is.
okay.
It's like the way that we do it is to get our prices where we get them. We order our materials way in advance. So, and we are a very organized company. We have our stuff together and we pre-order everything way in advance so we can control our pricing, give the best prices to our customers. And because we do that, I can't change those things. I know it seems like we haven't gotten to that stage, but we have. And, and just like if he brings it up again, do the same thing.
Okay.
Just go, hey, again, the process we have is different. Here's how we do it. And it's just like kind of remind him of it. And he'll get the hint after the second or third time.
Okay. And then when he said in the email that, she's debating between older homes as well, I mean, he seemed like in that email, I got the impression he kind of was hoping to lead her towards that. So then the 3% would be covered versus our way. Is that how you read that or?
Oh, yeah, that's what he's thinking about. Can I get more money? He doesn't care about the customer, I don't think. He cares about what he's getting paid.
Well, and
Um,
it's interesting because the first house I sold in the Brooks, when he came in here yesterday, he's like, "Do you know the Balcos?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, they're building in here too." And I said, "Yes, they are." And he's like, "Well, I'm selling their house." Well, their house has been on the market and no showings for a very long time too. So I'm like, "Yeah." So
yeah. Well, the comment of this customer is looking at older homes.
yeah.
You know, do you guys, how do you sell against that?
Well, I mean, you
Oh,
tell them about the toenails, right? And I always tell them that whatever you're going to have to do to that house to make it how you are, how you want it, I can do from the get-go, and you don't have to live in a construction zone.
I asked them if they'd ever done an inspection on a prior home, used home, ever seen an inspection on one. And then I don't know, it's kind of build the fear that hey, you guys don't know what's going to happen on that. You deposit your earnest money, and then you're going to go through the inspection process, and the whole time you're going to be thinking, man, what is going to happen on that? Am I going to get mold? Is there going to be infrastructure problems? Are the toilets leaky? And then we bypass all that with new construction. But
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point. Have you ever seen an inspection report on an older home is a great thing to bring up because usually they're crazy. Um, and then it's like new versus used on the following appliances,
Roof,
roof,
mechanicals.
HVAC, right?
Yeah.
Cabinets. These are all expensive things.
And I feel like in the Brooks too, I can always point towards like the clubhouse with the pool and everything because we don't have very many communities that have that here.
Right. And then I would talk about replacement costs for all of those things. It's like,
Yeah.
how much is it going to cost me to replace broken appliances, bad roof, HVAC, cabinets, water heater, etc. Right? Our homes don't have toenails in the carpeting. So I would dive into all of those things just to get them off of that, I want the used home thing, right? Um, Insurance. Tell me about
appraisal.
insurance.
Oh, sorry.
Tell me about, that's good. Tell me about insurance though, real quick.
Is
What's
it
the
less on a new
difference?
home?
What's the
I don't.
difference between new and used? Do you know?
I don't.
The first 6 years, the homeowner's insurance is about half the price. In the seventh year, it basically doubles. It's crazy. So let's talk about other things. And we'll get to yours in a second here, Brady. Utilities.
Older appliances, higher utilities.
Yeah. At least 30 to 100% more. Did you know it can be as much as 100% more? Um, Hang on.